And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the casino at Dania Beach. Another performance of the best in professional highlight brought to you by Dania Highlight. 9 exciting games this afternoon on tap for you, starting out with 2 singles matches. Game 1, singles, spectacular 7 scoring. Also Game 2, singles. And those 2 games comprise the early daily double. Get your bets in for the daily double before the start of Game 1. Each game features wagering on win, play, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta. This afternoon, also, we'll have 3 superfecta games. Those 3 games, games 3, 6, and 9, are played with spectacular 9 scoring. Game played to 9 points with points doubling after round 1 and featuring that big paying superfecta. We also have 2 pick 3s. The first one starts in Game 3, played in Games 3, 4, and 5. Get your bets in before the start of Game 3. And the late pick 3 starts in Game 7. Get your bets in before the start of that 7th game, and it will be played in 7, 8, and 9. We also have a pick 4. That starts in Game 6. Get your bets in before the 6th game, played in Game 6, 7, 8, and 9 with a carryover jackpot. At this time, there are no changes in this afternoon's official program. We ask you to make your selections early in each betting period. Please don't wait till the last second to take that chance of getting shut out. First game starts now in less than 6 minutes. 4 minutes right now for betting on game 1. Post time 4 minutes. Right now, the carryover jackpot for the pick 4 is $368. Once again, that starts in game 6. Now less than 2 minutes remain for betting on game 1. Less than 2. And this is your final call for betting on game number 1 and on the early daily double. Final call. And we're set to go with today's performance. Before we start, we would like you to please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. This is game one. It is singles match, spectacular 7. Serving and wearing red in post 1 will be Oyenard, receiving in blue post 2 at time. That's too high, point of the 1. And that is off the cesta, point of the 3. Point of post 4. Post 5 in the black shirt is Zoranga. There's a 2-all rebote. Excellent shot by Benetrix. Point 4. Post 6 in gold, Urrutia. And Urrutia overruns that one a little bit. Point to the 4. Four serving to 7 in the brown shirt, Lalu. Big bounce scores, point 4. Four serving to 8 in the purple shirt, completing the first round of play is Vicente. There's the chick jack, and Vicente's rebote hooked too low, point to 4. Five straight for Benetrix, post 4. Possible game point, he'll serve to a tie. In the blue shirt to post 2. Points are double. Possible game point for the 4. There's the 2-all winner. Point and game. A perfect game for Benetrix out of post 4. Place and show point. 1 serving to 3. Place and show. And that sails off the court. Point in place to the 1. 3 will take the show. Winning game 1 this afternoon, post 4 Benetrix. He ran a perfect game, finishing second post 1. Oyenard coming in third post 3. Oyardi. The Quinella 1-4 is 25.40. The 4-1 exacta 48.40. 4-1-3 trifecta $131.80. Second game is next. It is spectacular 7 singles match, completing the early daily double. Post time now. We'll be in less than 7 minutes. And welcome everybody this afternoon to this Sunday afternoon matinee, wherever you may be viewing on your computer. Benny up here with me to talk a little bit about Friday night's partido. Big Dave Lemon here along with Benny. And I didn't see it, so I'm looking forward to hearing about it too. But
All right.
so far we haven't had anything super tight, but good quality of play.
It's funny, I always hope for a 14-14. Like every partido, I was like, I don't really have a horse in the race. Like there's not like a team that I want, to win. There's obviously a team that I think is going to win it, and I also have two teams that I think will possibly make it to the final partido. But there's not ever somebody that I go, I hope this guy wins, and I just always hope for a 14-14, and then let it end at 15-14. But as far as I'll start off by saying we miss you around here. I'll let you elaborate on why your part-time has been whittled down to even more part-time if you want to, but it's always good to have you here, and I do enjoy coming up and hanging out with you during the games. But as far as the partido goes, it was a good partido, kind of until it wasn't anymore. Like I was mentioning to you just briefly a few minutes ago, once a team gets in the 12, 13 point range and the other team is at a 7 or 8 point range, now it kind of gets, not impossible, but hard for that losing team to turn it around and tie it back up. And, at least from my experience, what I remember from partidos when I would play is like when I was up by 5 or 7 points, I would say, okay, if they can make 1 point, but they can't make 3 points. And that's kind of like the mentality I think you get when you get to 12 or 13 and the other team has 7 or 8. So, it was a good game. I think Oresti has come a long way. He's playing really well. He's a sneaky little guy, throwing his shots inside and outside. I like the old school running up to the 4 line to look for the ball in the air. A lot of players nowadays, not a lot, but some players these days just kind of stay back and let the game come to them rather than being aggressive and going and making it happen. And Oresti does that real good. There's a couple of guys on this roster that do that good. Vicente, Urrutia, even Benetrix does it a little bit too. So I think that was the difference, that Oresti kind of took it upon himself to score as often as he possibly can. Or D made a couple of self-inflicted errors, but I don't think that they played bad. And as far as ORD, I think he was kind of the difference. If he would have hung in there a little stronger, maybe it would have been closer. But everybody played well. Benetrix played well. I didn't mention Oynar because Oynar just did his job. He just stood back there and caught the ball that came to him and threw good shots when they came.
Yeah, throws hard, pretty solid.
Yeah.
I will say that when I first started here this season, Oresti was the first guy I noticed as far as this guy's pretty good.
Yeah, well, last year he had issues with his serve. He just had I think he had a hard time getting his confidence. I don't know what he ate or what he did on the off season until this season, but this year I see him so much more mature and so much more dangerous as an opponent on the court, and I love it. And I every once in a while I get it right, and I thought to myself last year, this kid has a high ceiling. Like he could really be potentially one of the best players here. But then you worry about, are they willing to put in the work to do it? And like I said, I don't know what he did on the offseason, but he definitely improved. He's twice the player this time that he was last year.
Well, Frank, who works with us here, told me that he thought that they were definitely going to win, and he told 30, 40 people that was the play if you were going to play the partido. Not like you could make more than about
right
80 cents or $1.20 or something.
I think it's just more for fun.
But he expected him to win, and so did a lot of people. So there's not a big surprise. What was the response online?
Everybody. I think that online I didn't see much in the chat, but I did talk to some people in the audience, and everybody kind of they felt it was a good game, and they felt that. I think everybody knew that it was going to be pretty close in the front court, and Oynar is just a solid backcourter, and I think that the difference was there.
I'd like to talk a little more about it maybe after this game, but looking forward to the next one coming up, because it's Urrutia, who I think maybe might be your choice to win this thing, and Laborde going against Yagoba and Uranga.
Yeah, and I'll give everybody was asking in the chat, or not everybody, a few guys were asking about Jagoba and his status. So we'll talk about it after this game. Let's get this game started. We're ready to go. I think the players want to play, so we could get our week over with. But we'll talk a little bit more about the partido.
They always want to play.
And
Jagoba, kind of
they want to play
that way.
And we'll talk about that too, because the audience has been given a really good response to their play in the last couple of days.
This is game 2, completing the early daily doubles, spectacular 7 singles. Serving wearing red in post 1 is Tukale, and receiving in blue post 2, Argoitia. There's the soft 2 wall by Tukale, and it scores point of the 1. So 1 takes the first point. We'll serve now to post 3, wearing the white shirt. That is Zugait. That carom is off the court, scored for the 1. One serving to post 4 in the green shirt. It is Dania. Too high, upper cushion, point of the 4. 4 serving to post 5 in the black shirt, Libois. That's a missed serve. Point to post 5. Hooked rebote, but Lebois got out of the way. Point of the 5. 2 points for post 5 Lebois. He'll serve now to post 7 wearing the brown shirt Urrutia. There's a remate by Lebois, point 5. It's in the cushion, point of 5. Four straight for Lebois. He'll try to turn the corner here as he serves to post 2. Argoitia. Points are double. First to 7 will win this game. And there's the Chula, point of the 2. Two now serving to post 3, Zugait. Point 2. Two serving out to post 1. That is Tukale. And he loses it. The ball comes out of his chest on the throw. Very dangerous, but nobody hurt on that one, and it's point of the 2. Possible game point, post 2, serving out to post 4. That is Dania. And it tips off the cesta. It is point 4. Four serving to post 6, Uresti. Danielle, strong forehand back corner. And that will score, point 4. Point of game, post 4. 2 will take second, and 5 will finish third. Winning game number 2, post 4, Dania finishing second, post 2, Argoitia coming in third, post 5, Libois, Quinella, 2-4, $21, 4-2 exacta, 47.40, 2-4, make that 4-2-5, the trifecta, 299.20, and the daily double is a pair of 4s, returning $268.40. Game 3 is next, starting the early pick 3, spectacular 7, make that spectacular 9 scoring here in game number 3. It is a superfecta game, played to 9 points with points doubling after round 1. Third game starts now in less than 7 minutes. And we're back, Dave and Benny, talk a little bit more about the partido. And you had an update, an injury update, because Jagoba plays this week.
Yeah, like I said, it's really the first time I've been up here maybe in a week. Not for any specific reason, but just because I was in my office a lot and spending time down there in the cage and watching the games from that angle. But, yeah, so Jagoba went to see Dr. Selznick last week. We got to the point where he stopped playing. I took him out of the program. He wanted to, just get a diagnosis of what he was having. He was having pain in his lower back and a little bit in his groin. And so he went to the doctor. They ordered an MRI. He went and he got an MRI, and the results showed that he has a very, very small stress fracture in his sacrum, I believe, which is somewhere in the back or the spine. I don't know exactly. I'm not a doctor, but that was the diagnosis. And Dr. Selznick, which was my doctor for over 30 years, and I have a pretty good relationship. So he called me, actually, to give me the diagnosis. And he basically said that, this kind of injury, it could get worse, but it's not likely that it's going to get worse. But there's no therapy, there's no, weightlifting or icing that would, make it go away faster. The only way that the stress fracture will heal is to stop playing for 4 to 6 weeks. But given the fact that we are only playing another 5 weeks or so, he said that he would allow him to play if he could tolerate the pain and if he could play through it. So Jagoba's been kind of resting this week. Next week, he will practice on Wednesday and kind of see how he feels. And he will play on Thursday. He's scheduled to play 4 games Thursday night. And then the plan is he will play the partido on Friday. From what the doctor told me, if he can't tolerate the pain, he's going to know early on. So that's why he's going to practice Wednesday and play Thursday. And Thursday night, after he plays, I will have a good idea if he's going to play Friday or not. But if you ask me now, knowing him and knowing his mentality and his approach to this whole ordeal, he's going to play on Friday.
Who will play for him?
Well, he will play.
I mean, if he doesn't.
If he doesn't play, Libois will go in, and he'll play that partido. And if by chance he has a miraculous, recovery for the next partido, assuming that Libois and Uranga win, then he will play it's still his game to play if he's okay in later rounds.
And does he know how it happened? Does he feel like he has an idea about how it happened?
No, it came on very, very slowly. It obviously happened here. He was feeling great when he started playing. Maybe it's just from running on the concrete. The doctor told me that this kind of injury specifically comes from running, from the pounding of your feet and legs hitting the ground. So I guess it's just from running. Maybe he fell down for a rebote. Maybe there's something that sped it up a little bit. But it's mainly it's an injury that sometimes runners get So that's the way the doctor explained it to me.
If I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like that large bone that's all around where your hips go into it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's somewhere
So it
down
could be
there in the lower
anywhere.
side. Yeah, I mean, I saw before he knew what would happen, he knew pretty precisely where the pain was. So I'm assuming that's where the fracture is. But again, it's a it's like hairline. It's not something that the doctor was concerned. I've dealt with Dr. Selznick for, like I said, almost 30 years, and he is extremely conservative. And like he said, if we were playing a 10-month season, he would have shut him down. He would have told him don't play. But he knows that in 5 weeks, he's going to be resting for as long as he needs for it to heal. So he said that tolerating pain, he'll allow him to play.
And how much pain is he tolerating?
Well, I saw him yesterday. I actually saw him this morning too. He says he's feeling great. He says he's feeling really good, that the pain is gone. But and that's why, one thing is practicing. Another thing is actually playing game speed. And then another thing is playing a 15-point partido. So, if he makes it through the practice and the Thursday night games, I think he'll be fine to play in the partido. And then there's a whole element of, is it like fair for him to play? He's got a partner that's also fighting to win this whole thing. And if he's not 100%, is it fair for his partner that he's going to play? So we had a couple of conversations. The trainer talked to him. We wanted to eliminate the selfish part of it, like, guy, if you can't play, don't play. I mean, the worst case scenario is that LeBois plays and loses. A better case scenario is that he plays and wins, and you're okay for the next partido. And you got to think about your partner and the fans and the game and all of that as well. So in the conversations, I think we came out with the best solution to get him through this coming week.
Maybe now we know why Francisco and maybe a few other players never hit the floor on the rebote.
Yeah, well, I was telling Arietta the other day that, the old-time players would tell you that if you're falling down for a rebote, you're just out of position all the time, that you shouldn't have to ever fall down for a rebote. Get in position, and you won't have this problem. But I
don't think that's quite fair.
Well, no, and also, like when I used to do it from a power standpoint. Like I could throw it harder from the floor, falling down, than I could, just reaching for it and making a save. So I would do it from that standpoint, where I know if I fall down, I'm going to throw it high and hard and probably score the point, and that's why I would do it, not because I like falling on the ground. That floor is hard.
Well, I want to talk some more about that, because I consider that one of the most interesting things about Alai.
Yeah.
The fall down rebote.
Yeah. Trust me when I tell you, it hurts. And some guys don't like to use elbow pads. They just refuse to use them. I refuse to use them, but I had to use them. I still have some floating bones in my elbow from my playing days. But also, when we come back, maybe later on, Rock and Ray said something about my bobbleheads. And, there's one on eBay for $99, and you very comedically said sell them one for $98. So I'll consider that. I do have like a couple at my house, and I also have a couple from other guys too. I have a whole collection actually, but we'll talk about that a little bit, because I told you a little bit about my very nice story. It's very humbling, the story that I have from when I visited Connecticut. So I do want to share that story. So we'll talk about that maybe after this game, or when we finish talking about the stuff you want to talk about.
Well, since we mentioned that we probably will be back most of the games today, we got a lot to talk about. So let's save that.
Yeah, today's a relaxing day for me and everybody else involved. So
exactly.
I'll be here all day.
Okay. Game 3 is doubles, spectacular non-scoring, featuring the big paying superfecta, also starting this afternoon's pick 3. Serving and wearing red, post 1, Lalu and Danel. Receiving in blue, post 2, Vicente and Zugait. Here's the serve. It is an underserve, so 2 will start the game with a first point. Wearing the white shirts, post 3, here's Echeberry and Argoitia. Leaping try, but it's off the cesta at the sidewall, point of the 3. It's in the cushion, point 3. And there's the sidearm carom by Echeberry, point 3. Post 6 in gold, that is Benetrix and the board. Tips off the cesta, point of the 6. And 6 now serves to 7, wearing the brown shirts. That's Uresti and Uranga. And the Cortada scores, point 7. Seven serving out to post 8 in purple. That is Ron and Oyardi. And that pops out of the cesta at the back wall, point of the 7. And 7 will serve to 1. That's Lalu and Danelle. Points are double. 1st to 9 wins this superfecta game. And that falls short into the pad. It's point of 7. 7 with 4 points now, serving to post 2, Vicente and Zugait. That's out of play. Point of the 2. And 2 will serve to post 4. That is Lebois and Attain. Nice running catch by Vicente, but his throw is too low. It hits the chopper, point to the 4. Four now serving to post 5, Urrutia and Doyenard. And that one's let go in the backcourt by Attain. Wrong choice. Actually, by Oyenard. That was the wrong choice as it hit the Chula, and 4 gets the point. That is an overserve, point 3. 3 serving to 6. That is Benetrix and Laborde. That comes low off the back wall to score, point 6. And that carom too low, 0.6. Here's the reverse from the back corner. Now Cortada to the inside, and that is the winner. Point of the one. And one now serving, 2 post 7, Uresti, and Uranga back with 4. Excellent rebote save by Dania, and it will score. Point of the one. So one will serve now to the 2 team. That is Vicente and Zugaitz. There's a Cortada down the center of the court, and it's off the cesta, and one will get there. So 6 points now for the 1 team. Don't forget this is a 9-point game. Takes 9 to win it, and one will serve down to 5. Urrutia and Oyanar. Diving try that time by Lalu, but he cannot make the save. It's point to the 5. Five now serving to post 4. Libois and Atine. Point 5. Five, 7 to 3, Echeverry and Argoitia. Point 3. There's a Chula. Point and game. Post 3, Echeverry and Argoitia. One finishing second. The 6 team will take third. And a 3-way playoff now for 4th place, 7, 4, and 5. They'll play in that order. 7 serving to 4, 5 waiting on deck. And this will complete the Superfecta. Moving in to take it is Libois, dropping it inside and running to get it at the sidewall. Nice play by Uresti. Here's a 2-all, and it's a winner. Nice shot there by Uresti, point 7. Possible quad point, post 7. Serving out of post 5. Two-wall scores, point 5. Quad point, 5-7 to 7. Complete the superfecta. Pointing quad post 7. 3-1-6-7 is your order finish here in game number 3. Game 3, the winning team, post 3, Echeverry and Argoitia finishing second, post 1. Lalu and Danel coming in third, post 6. Benetrix and Laborde finishing fourth, 7. Uresti and Uranga. The Quinella 1-3, Exacta 3-1, Trifecta 3-1-6, Superfecta 3-1-6-7. Big paying superfecta in this one, $2,910.60. Your other prices, 1-3 Quinella, $28.40. 3-1 Exacta, $56.80. 3-1-6 Trifecta, $400.60. Game number 4 is up next. It is a spectacular 7 doubles match played to 7 points. Points doubling after round 1. Post time for the 4th will be in 7 minutes. Having a good time here this afternoon. I haven't been here for like over a week, so.
I told you earlier, we missed you. We miss you around here.
We'll mention the fact that I am back at Miami Alai, which is not Alai anymore. It's Casino Miami. I got a job there a couple years ago when the general manager, who I worked with for the last 40 years off and on, called me up and said, "I need somebody down here. You interested?" And it was a 40-mile drive each way for me, but I...
Welcome to my world.
Exactly. You've done that for so long. And his world also. He also lived in Kendall and drove up to Dania for many years.
Right.
But anyway, he asked me, and I said, I'll give it a try. I said, I don't want to know about this drive, and I don't speak Spanish, and I don't know how this is going to work out. But I've now been there for 2 years, and although I've had some health issues over the last year and spent some time in a hospital, I went back to work there this week after I had a problem with my toe from the diabetes. And so basically I started back there now. And Benny was kind enough to let me fill in announcing,
No,
Dave.
you were kind enough to fill in. Don't give me the credit.
Well, Dave Lamont is who I got the job for. Dave I've worked with for many years for ESPN and had a good time with him over the years. Actually went to college with him. But, this is probably too much information. But anyway, you did ask me to come in, and if I wasn't going to announce, then I could do some work in a TV room, which I have done. And I think you've been kind enough to do that for me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did quite a few days while I was out with the toe issue and couldn't spend a lot of time on my feet, which I have to do down there at Miami. But I started back on Tuesday, so now I'm back there for a little while. We'll see what happens here the rest of the year, whether I'm able to handle it. But I am back, and
yes.
the point is we're having a good time talking today, and it's very similar to a TV show that we did for about 2 years down in Miami. Every Sunday we were on cable access channel in
it was kind of strange because It was shown in Broward County. So the guys here at Dania would tell me all the time, "Oh, we saw the show last Sunday." Nobody saw it in Dade County, down by where
None
we
of
were
our
doing.
players that we were talking about constantly, but we did the show for 2 whole years. It was exactly 104 shows.
Yeah.
So we did it every week for 2 whole years and had a great time. But basically what I would do is I had to work Sunday mornings at another job, and I would jump in the car at 1:30 or 2 o'clock and
Stroll right in.
roll right in. At the
Sit down
last
and
second.
start talking.
There would be no preparation.
No preparation.
It was just Benny and I had known each other for so long and had the same interests in the game that we just started talking for an hour.
And there was a lot of material too. It was 2001. There was still a bunch of frontons. We were still playing tournaments, with Milford High Alai. There was stuff to talk about, and every once in a while we'd have like a guest, like Michelena came on, Cancio. I remember Mark came on. There was a couple of guys that made it interesting and gave us, some content to talk about. But you're right, you guys. I wish there was some video of this. He would stroll in with like 45 seconds till we went on the air, and I'd say, "Hey, what are we talking about today?" And he just would sit down and he would start talking, and that was it. That was our preparation for the show.
Well,
it was great, though.
It helps that I can ask you a question, and if I feel like sitting back for about 2-3 minutes, I can do that.
Yeah.
And
I do have that
the same
problem.
thing here.
I talk
not
a
a
little
problem.
bit too much
It's-
sometimes.
Yeah, but
But the show was like an hour and a half too. It was a long show.
We were an hour and a half for a long time. Then we
And-
went to an hour. But
yeah, and then and right, like it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I played game 10 in the matinee on Sunday. So it was kind of like you would rush in, we'd do the show, then I would rush out and run straight out onto the court. Sometimes they would call me and say, "Hey, you play the next game." It's like, "Okay, I'm on my way." And I would have to run over.
we did have a lot of the players on. It's always sometimes like arm twisting, but we got some guys to come on and talk, and several of them were very interesting. I remember H. Aburu loved being on the show.
Yeah.
A few other guys like that, but I still have most of those on. I had VHS tapes, and I dubbed some of them onto DVD, but so those are still around. That maybe we'll distribute them when it's a real collector's
Not all
item.
the shows were great, but there was a lot of good segments
Right.
on the show. Like
Right.
sometimes we just kind of wung it and we were on, so we would talk. But there was a couple of good, like the explanation of the equipment. We would talk about a tournament that had just happened before, whether it's the Citrus or the Milford World Series, and so there was always content to talk about.
Yeah, we took a few phone calls on the air, and
Yeah, that was funny too.
there was some funny part of the show also. But
was
you're right, not all
dangerous.
of them were great, but I think all of them basically treaded water at least, and were worth listening to because people loved the show in Broward and would talk to me about it later on. I kind of felt bad that people that lived right around the fronton couldn't get it. But,
Right. And people down south would tell me all the time, "What's the show you're doing?" It's like, "Oh, you got to live in Broward to watch."
Except we did started playing them in between matinee and nights.
Yeah. We would replay them from
replay
time
some
to
of the
time.
shows.
That's correct. I
So
remember
that was
that.
a lot of fun. Anyway, that's what we're kind of doing today. We
So
don't have a lot
there's
of time.
There's breaking news, Dave. I see that they found a bobblehead for cheaper on the
my.
internet somewhere. One for $75. So Ray, your price now went down to $74. Good for you.
I remember at first when there were so many of them around, people would put them up for 99 cents.
Yeah.
And they would go up, and people.
I'm surprised. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised that they're even for sale. Like, I have a box of a couple of them. I have every single one. I have other ones. I have a Michelin. I have, Recalde or Storza, Goico. I have them all. But like I don't want to say I don't see a value in it. I just don't see myself. I give them away. I don't really sell them. And there's only a minute left, and I don't think we have a lot of time to talk about.
No, we'll save it for the next.
But yeah, I want you to make the comment that you made when you were telling me about how you felt when they were given away in Miami, and then I'll contrast that with the story about when I went to Connecticut and how it was nice.
I just thought that since we did all 8, each with a different colored jersey, that people kind of didn't think of that was a big deal anymore. I know people always like free stuff, so they're going to show up,
Right.
and we gave away quite a few of them every time we did it. But I think there was more interest elsewhere, which we'll get into.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll get into that. But oddly enough, people would show up for the free beach towel that said Miami Highlight. So I don't know. I guess,
I'll also give a story about how I designed the first one. I was involved in the beginning, and then Stuart did the other ones. So the difference between the first one and the other ones is an interesting story.
And that's a great story too. When Michelena saw it for the first time,
was not too happy. Anyway, we'll tell that story probably next game. So stick around in between games. And, if you have anything you want us to talk about a little bit later in the show, or a little bit, not the show, but in the performance today, send it on the chat, and we'll peek at it and answer a few questions. Thanks for being with us. Let's head to Game 4.
Good luck, everybody.
This is Game 4, double spectacular 7, serving and wearing red. In post 1 will be Lebois and Zugaitz. Receiving in the blue shirts opposed to Echeverry and Uranga. Grabbing the serve is Echeverry. Off the back wall it comes. That's beyond his grasp, but the hard-charging Luanga could not hang on. It's point of the wand. So Wang gets the first point, and they'll serve to post 3. Wearing the white shirts, Vicente and Atine. That is an excellent catch at the back wall by Tan. Now a leaping catch in the front court by Lebois. There's a tough rebote save made by Vicente. Dropping back to get it is Lebois, and he'll shoot the right side. Right on the sidewall, Lebois hangs on. There's a cortada, and it's caught in the back court by a time. Corta the inside, and it's caught by Lebois. Long volley continues. There's a reverse by Zugait. Another cortada. This one's center of the court, and it's caught by Lebois. Excellent action in this volley. There's the rebote back inside. This time it's off the cesta Vatine. Point of the one. One serving to post 4 in the green shirts. That brings out Urrutia and Oyenar. Service error. Point of the 4. 4 now serving to post 5, wearing the black shirts. It's Benetrix and Cabanillas. Left side rebote down the side wall, and it's tipped in the front court by Benetrix. Score for the 4. So 4's on the board with 2 points. They'll serve to post 6, wearing the gold shirts, and that is Lalu and Tukale. Diving rebote save. Outstanding play by Lalu. This time he'll do it right side and make the play. Urrutia shoots it inside, but a beautiful catch by Tukale in perfect position. This time the Bote Corrido is off the cesta. Point of the 4. So 3 straight for the 4 team. They'll serve to post 7 in brown. That is Aron and Oyardi. And there's a bullet to the inside. Excellent throw by Urrutia. Point 4. 4 will serve to post 8, wearing the purple shirts and completing round 1, Uresti and Dania. And that one gets by, but is tipped in the back court by Daniel, so score it for the 4. Five straight points for Urrutia and Oyenard, post 4. They'll serve to the 2, Echeberry and Uranga, who will try and stop them. That one sails off the court, lands on the wood, point of game, post 4, perfect game for Urrutia Neuenard. Post 1 will take second. The remaining 6 teams all without a point. They'll pair off and play for show. First 3 will serve to 5, then 6 meets 7, and finally 8 will serve to 2. Losers are out, winners advance. Keep on playing to try to take that show position. There's a Deja to the inside. Running it down and ripping it outside is Vicente, point 3. And now 6 will serve to 7. Point of 7. And 8 will serve to 2. And that tips off the Cesta, point 2. So 3, 7, and 2 move on. 3 will serve to 7. And that one will sail off the court, land on the wood. 3 will get it up. Possible show point now, post 3, serving to post 2. Nice catch and a big bounce by Vicente. There's a cortada, and it's caught. Excellent catch by Echeverry. And that one's into the cushion. It's point and show, post 3. Winning game number 4, post 4. Perfect game for Urrutia and Oyenard, finishing second, post 1. Lebois and Zugaitz coming in third, post 3. Vicente and Atine. The Quinella 1-4, the Exacta 4-1, the Trifecta 4-1-3. Your prices are up. 1-4 Quinella, 36.20. 4-1 Exacta, 53.60. 4-1-3 Trifecta, 198 even. Game number 5 is up next. It is singles, played with spectacular 7 scoring. Post time now is 6 minutes away. Anyway, we're back. Big Dave and Benny. We'll save the bobblehead for one more game because I have to run out to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
So I'll let Benny talk a little bit here about last Friday night's Partido. Finish up your talk about that. You were comparing a few things. We haven't had a real close one yet, which I think you would love to have.
Yes.
But tell me about it, and then maybe if we run out of things to say, a little preview about this Friday's.
Okay. Sounds good. So going back to Friday's Partido, I got my phone playing here. Someone made a comment that they thought that Oyenard had dominated in the Partido, dominated ORD, and he did. He played very well, as I mentioned. He played a solid game in the backcourt. He caught through. For me, that's the expectation. That's what you're supposed to do, and that's maybe why I didn't say he dominated, because he did dominate, but he also just really did his job. A backcourter, I played both front and backcourt, and in 1998 when I switched to play to the backcourt, I realized something real quickly, and that was from being a front quarter that I knew what I wanted my backcourter to do, and I also knew what I didn't want him to do. So that's how I kind of developed my backcourt game, was by not doing certain things and doing other things that would help the team win. So, the one thing everybody has to remember, I know everybody out there, all the the aficionados that watch the game, not just here on site, but also on YouTube or through the simulcast sites. You watch a lot of games and you watch a lot of different combinations of players and a lot of different teams. And the one thing that I notice is that there's a lot of different dynamics. Like with one front quarter doesn't play the same with another back quarter, and you play differently according to the team. Some teams play well, some teams don't, and we're not robots out here. It's not just like one style of play, and that's what we do, and that's how we play, and we do it all the time, because that will get you in trouble if you play a certain way. I'll give you a couple of examples. When I used to play, a guy like Zaria, which was a strong back quarter with a good right side, he loved to come running up to the 9 line. And if I was the kind of player that liked to play just standing on the 8 line, we would clash. And he would tell me, hey, run up. Let me get this ball and you get that ball. Perfect contrast is a player named Asin. He was a solid back quarter that had a good left side. He liked to also come up, and he would tell me, hey, if the ball's on the side wall, let it go. I'm going to be there. And there were other players that would love to just hug the back wall the whole point. So each back quarter plays differently, but the expectation is the same. Catch the ball, keep it in play, give your front quarter the opportunity to run up and kill the point.
I can imagine that if you didn't listen to that advice from Zaria, that he wouldn't mind cracking a carom right near your head.
Well, I could actually tell you a really funny story real quick, and I have a bunch of them, but this one's actually funny. So we go to play the Citrus. It was somewhere around 92 or 93, and we're playing the Citrus. I'm in the front court. He's in the back court, obviously, and we're practicing, right? And he's not really practicing. He's just standing around on the court. And I told him, hey, you need to practice. Get out there and catch and throw the ball. He said, no. I'm just observing the way the court plays. I don't need to catch or throw the ball. I'm just watching the way the ball travels on the court. So I said, all right, I'm out here sweating and you're observing. I don't know how good we're going to do tonight. So we come out at night and we're playing the championship game. And we're in a volley. It's a pretty good volley going back and forth, and he snaps the 2 walls. And the guy catches it. He throws a hard cortada, and we lose. And we go sit down. And, that's a game that you get up 4 or 5 times. It's a straight, whatever it was, 9 or 10 points. So you get up a few times. So we get up on second round, and he does the same thing. He snaps a carom, and the guy catches. He throws a hard cortada. And I'm like, I go into the locker room, and I'm like, hey, guy, what's going on? Let's win some points. He goes, I threw those 2 caroms because now I'm going to score 9 points on the inside. Now these guys are going to stand on the wood when I catch the ball with the right side, and I'm going to score all the points for us. And that's exactly what he did. I think that year we made like 8 points, and we almost, you need to make 9 or 10, but we didn't even come in the money, but he played really well. And that's just an example of, like, it's a team sport. When you're out there, it's an individual sport in theory, but when you're out there, you have to play to your partner's to his strength. And again, going back to Oyenard, he played a great game. He did dominate. He played a solid game, but that's the expectation.
Well, we'll still talk about the upcoming Partido. We'll get to that. I got a great question for you when you bring that up, and that's about, so think about this, what you want to divulge and what you don't want to divulge, and that is the response that players make to each other when you come back off the court to the bench.
Yeah,
that's interesting, and
yeah.
I can remember viewing some stuff, and we'll talk about that in one of these future games.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Game number 5 is a singles match, spectacular 7 scoring. Serving and wearing red in post 1, Argoitia. Receiving in blue post 2 is Chanika. First point of the one. One serving now to post 3 in white. Dania. Robote keeps the point alive. Now there's the carry by Danielle, point 3. Post 3 serving to post 4, Cabanillas. He wears the green shirt at post 4. And that is off the cesta point of the 3. Post 5 in the black shirt is Laborde. And dropping it inside is Danielle for a winner, point 3. Now 3 serves to 6 in gold, Echeverry. Point 3. Point 7. There's a Chula. Point to the 8. Eight now serving to 2. Chanika points a double. First to 7 will win this game. Try on the scoop by Zugaitz is off his cesta, point 2. And 2 will serve now. 2 post 1, Argoitia. That's an over serve. It's point to 1. And post 1 will serve to post 4, Cabanillas. Diving rebote try that time by Argoitia. Cannot make the play though, and it's point to the 4. So 4 serves to 5, Laborde. And that one pops out over the head of Laborde. Scored for the 4. Big bounce coming in. Trying to take it on the forehand was Cabanillas, but it spun out of his cesta, and 6 will get the double. Point 6. That's 4 points now for Echeverry, post 6, and he will serve to post 7, Lebois. This one comes way back out off the back wall, and 7 will score. 7 serving to 8. That is Zugaitz. Nice catch near the side wall by Lebois. And that one will fall short. Good effort, though, by Zugaitz. Point to the 7. Five points for the 7, Lebois. Possible game point, he'll serve to the 2, Chanika. Strong rebote, but it hits out of play up on the sidewall into the red paint. Point to the 2. Two will serve to 1 Argoitia. Beautiful catch at the sidewall, Argoitia. Making the rebote save is Chinica. Keeping the point alive. Now Argoitia left side from the 8 line. The 9 line. And he throws Chula from the 9. Point to the 2. Check that. Point to the 1. So the 1 now with 5 points possible. Game point for post 1. Argoitia, he'll serve to Laborde, post 5. Long carom out of the wood is Argoitia. He'll drive it to the inside, and he got it to the sidewall. What you have to do to win that point. And it's point and game to post 1. One serving to 7, Libois. 4-way playoff now for show. Players will pair off and the 2 winners will meet. First 4 serves to 3. Out of the sets to point 3. 6 serves to 2 now. The winner will meet the 3 for show position. One comes way back out. There's the rebote. Goes 2 walls, but lands on the wood, and it's point 2. So this is now show point, 3 serving to 2. The winner takes show position, completes the trifecta. Winning show post 3. 1-7-3, your order finish here in game number 5. And here are your prices for game number 5. The 1-7 Quinella returns $46.20. The 1-7 exact is $101.80. Trifecta 1-7-3, $240 even. And the pick 3 numbers, 3, 4, and 1. No one had all 3. If you had 2 out of those 3 numbers, you get back $44.60. Game number 6 is up next. It is a spectacular 9 doubles match. Played to 9 points, points doubling after round 1. Post time 6 minutes away now. And Dave and Benny back for another little discussion here. We'll save the bobbleheads again because they got a lot to talk about with that.
Okay.
I
just wanted to share a quick story. So maybe at the end of whatever we talk about here, I'll give you the 30-second version of it.
Okay. Wanted to talk about players' reactions to each other following a point. Now, I'm sure a lot of times you're angry at the guy you play with. The one thing I noticed when I was back there, and I had quite a bit of time where guys would come back, and if one guy made a mistake, the other guy would kind of pick him up and say, next time, we'll get him.
Yeah.
Or something nice to the fact of, no big deal, well,
Right.
But I think a lot of the American players wouldn't hold back.
Yeah.
Did you notice the difference between the Bass players and the Americans when what they would say to each other? Would you get angry and rip some guy?
I'm laughing because, I don't want to throw my fellow patriots under a bus here, but, I guess I'll just say that the Basque players and the French players, it's a cultural game for them. Like, they are 3 or 4 years old when they learn the etiquette of the game. They are brought up. I mean, like the old famous saying where someone got in trouble for saying, they are bred for this. They are born into a culture of Alai. At 3 or 4 years old, they get a cesta. Their uncles play, their fathers play, their grandfathers play. Most of the American guys are not like that. Most of the American guys, they seen the sport, they thought it's cool. It is cool. You learn to play it, and you work your way to a certain point, and then a lot of times you get picked up with a contract here or there. So it's a little bit different in the way they bring it up. But enough of that. Going to your question of like the reaction after a point. As I mentioned in the last segment, there's a lot of different dynamics to all the different teams. Like me as an individual, I play with, 8 or 12 different partners every day or every week. So you obviously some guys you love playing with, some guys not so much, and some guys you struggle with because you just there's no chemistry in the sense of on the court. Like, I like to do things that you don't want me to do, and you want to do things that I don't like to have, And so, depending on the dynamics, but if most of the times, like when you have a good partner, and also it matters, like when do your partner make the mistake. If he drops the serve in the first round, it's like, okay, next time. But if he drops the serve, on the third round with game point, it's a different feeling that you get, because it's like, we were lucky enough to get another chance, and you just drop the serve like that. So, again, a lot of different dynamics, a lot of different scenarios. But I would say for the most part, you're hopeful until you have no chance left.
Usually you have the communication on the court where a guy will tell you, aire, catch it in the air.
Right.
Voicino, like, I'm there if you don't want to take it.
Right.
Or I got this one.
Right.
When you didn't listen to what they had to say and did the opposite, was that cause for anger?
Well, communication is so key in this game. It's like, I was taught when I was young, that every time that ball hits the front wall, somebody has to say something. Whether it's you or your partner, somebody has to say, yours, mine, whatever it is, but somebody has to say something. You can't just hope that your partner is there when the ball hits the front wall. And, sometimes you see the miscommunication. That's on usually the backcourter. Like, the backcourter is the one that sees everything. He's like the catcher in baseball that sees the whole field. The backcourter sees the whole court, and he should instruct you every time that the ball hits the front wall. Now, if he doesn't, for whatever reason, he assumes that you know what to do, then that's where you see a little bit of miscommunication.
Well, obviously you're going to make mistakes out there. They hot in the cushion at one point. Maybe throwing a carom when the guy's already out there waiting for it. I mean, mistakes like that happen. But as far as like listening to another guy tell you what kind of shot to throw, is that a normal part of the communication?
Again, he sees the whole court. So if I'm a front courter and my partner says dos, he wants me to throw a carom, I throw the carom. I mean, I don't know. I don't see the other guy. The other guy could be, stuck on the side wall or, out of position, and they do. A lot of times they say it last minute, and you have a hard time getting that shot because it's not what you're thinking of throwing, and there's some communication issues. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this game started. Dave got an emergency phone call here. It was a wrong number? Oh, you had the wrong mic. Oh, so they couldn't hear you. So the people in the audience heard you. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Oh, they can still hear you with the other mic. Yeah. Yeah, they can hear you with both mics. All right, guys, let's get this game started. It's getting late in the day. I'm going to take a walk to my office and make sure everything's okay, so we may not have a segment. I hope you're not upset about that. I'm sure some people might be happy about it, but we'll pick this up later on just to say good afternoon and finish off the week.
This is Game 6. It is double spectacular 9 scoring. Serving and wearing red in post 1. Aron and Latan receiving in blue post 2. Uresti and Laborde. Porta to the inside, and it's caught. Nice catch there by Aron. Here's her both to the inside. Point post 2. And that one's out of play, point 2. 2 will serve to 4, wearing green, Vicente and Tukale. Now the strong forehand throw by Uresti. And that was touched in the backcourt, point 2. Post 2 will serve to post 5. That is Urrutia and Oyardi. Strong Karam is the winner, point 2. Four straight for the 2 team, Oresti and Laborde. They'll serve down to post 6 in the gold shirts, Benetrix and Argoitia. Alai back inside. Inside placement, beautiful effort there by Echeberry, but he couldn't come up with it. It's point to the six. Now 6 serving to 7. That is Echeberry and Oyana. Backhand try does not work. Point 6. And 6 will serve to 8 in purple, Lalu and Duranga. Point to post 8. And now the 18 will serve to post 1, Aron and a time. And 8 will take a double. Eight now serving to post 3, Chanika and Cabanillas. Snapping off the carom. Beautiful shot by Chanika, point 3. And 3 serves to 4. Back with 4 points. It is Vicente. Make that the 4 team no points. They are set to receive. It's Vicente and Tukale. Grabbed at the sidewall by Chanika. And that's tipped by Chanika this time, point of the 4. So the 4 team now on the board. They'll serve to post 5, Urrutia and Oyardi. Beautiful catch by Vicente on the outside of the court, and the catch in return by Boyardee. His throw is out of play though, point 4. So the 4 team now with 4 points, and they'll serve to the 2 team. They have 4, Resti and Laborde. Grabbing the serve, dropping it to the inside was Resti. Moving up to get it though. Tukale. Now Tukale will play the reverse this time. And in the backcourt, there's Laborde. Catch by Vicente in the front court. And that one's off the cesta, point 4. So the 4 team was 6 now. Don't forget it takes 9 to win this game. Back on the court is post 7, Echeberry and Oyenard. And that's hooked too low, point of the 7. 7 now serving to post 6. Benetrix and Argoitia. Tough try there, and Echeberry could not hang on, point 6. Six will serve to 1, Aron and a time. 6 with a pair. Six team now with 6 points, serving to post 8, Lalu and Uranga. Lalu takes a swipe at it, but cannot get it back to the front wall. 6 will get 2 more. So 8 points, impossible game point. Post 6, Benetrix and Argoitia, they will serve. 2 post 3. Chinica and Cabanillas. Tough play in the back corner by Argoitia. And that is off the sets down the run. It's point and game to post 6. 4 takes second, 2 finishing third, 8 will come in fourth. And winning the game in game 6, post 6, Benetrix and Argoitia finishing second to 4, Vicente and Tukale coming in third, post 2, Uresti and Laborde finishing fourth, the 8, Lalu and Uranga. For 6, Quinella, $132. The exacta 6-4 is $86 even. The 6-4-2 trifecta, $387.20. Superfecta 6-4, 2 and 8, all even numbers, returning $1,580.40. The 7th is next. It is a doubles match. Spectacular 7 scoring. It starts the late pick 3, and post time is now 7 minutes away. And as the players head off for Game 7, you can see on the scoreboard the bracket for our tournament. Finished up our third of 4 partidos for the quarterfinal round. The next one coming up this Friday night. Make your plans to be here. It will be Urrutia and Laborde taking on Yagoba and Uranga. That is this Friday night in the special 10th game. Played to 15 straight points. Make your plans to be here. Great action so far in this tournament. Game number 7 is a doubles match, starting the late pick 3, spectacular 7 scoring in the 7th. Serving and wearing red in post 1, Uresti and Laborde. Receiving in blue post 2, Dubois and Dania. Point to the 2. And that lands once on the court. Gets by Tukale on the outside, and 2 will get the point. Two serving now to post 4, wearing green, Benetrix and Zugait. There's a good try there by Daniel, but it's point to the 4. 4 will serve to 5, wearing black, Aron and Argoitia. Now the strong throw from the front court. And Benetrix will move in once again. This time he'll drop it softly inside, but moving up, great catch, Argoitia. Now Aron plays the left side rebote, and that's off the backhand. Scoop try by Benetrix, point to the 5. 5 serving to 6, Urrutia and Uranga. And a chick check winner on the throw there by Aron. Point 5. And 5 will serve down to post 7. That is Chanika and Cabanillas. And that's into the scoreboard, out of play. Up on the sidewall, point of the 5. Five serving, 2 post 8, wearing purple. It's Echeberry and a time. There's the rebote save. Now Echeberry will shoot costado. Caught on the fly by Argoitia. Scooped on the backhand by Atan. And there's Atan once again. Nice catch on the big bounce. Tyne plays the backhand right on the sidewall, and there's the catch in the front court by Aron. He'll go outside with it. And it scores. Nice shot. 0.5. So the 5 team with 4 straight, they'll try to turn the corner here as they serve to post 1, Uresti and Laborde. Point 5. Six points, impossible game point for the 5, serving out of post 3. Lalu and Tukale. Off the cesta point and perfect game for the 5 team, Maron and Argotia. 2 finishing second, 4 will take third. Winning game number 7, the 5 team. Aron and Argoitia finishing second, post 2. Lebois and Danel coming in third, post 4. Benetrix and Zugaitz. Quinella 2-5, Exacta 5-2, the trifecta 5-2 and 4. And your prices posted. The 2-5 Quinella is $44.40. The 5-2 Exacta returns $168.60. 5-2-4 trifecta $325.40. Game 8 is up next. It is double spectacular 7. It's the second game of the late pick 3. Post time for game 8 is in 7 minutes.
Back for our final chat here this afternoon as things wind down here on a Sunday afternoon. We hope you're enjoying the action and look forward to bringing you back next week for all things considered. Next week.
We're finishing the first round of partidos. I was saying again the other day that at this time last season or last tournament, we were looking at closing night already. We were just kind of working our way to the last 10 days of the season, end of January. It was different. I think that there was an urgency last season for people to come out and watch. This time it's spread out over 8 weeks, the partidos. So remember last year we did them Thursday and Friday for 4 weeks because it was a time crunch. So, I think that after this round, it's going to be set for what's going to come in the semis, and then finally the final, and also the 3rd and 4th place partido.
I notice when it gets to be the final couple of weeks of the season, you get that big smile on your face.
Yeah, it's listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I sit around for 8 months, like dying for it to start, and then I spend the next 3 months waiting for it to finish, But no, it's been a great time, and it's been a great experience having these guys here. I don't want to ever take anything away. I've managed some great rosters, and when I say great, I mean just the people in them. But this roster has really been different. It's just a good energy. I've said it before. It's always like, smiles in the back. You see the teams, even the opponents, they help each other off the ground. It's the little things, in the locker room. You just see them all sitting around telling stories and laughing. It's something that, if you've been around High Life for long enough, you're kind of not used to seeing because, and yet they're still competitive. It doesn't take anything away from the competition on the court. So that's what's been the most enjoyable for me.
Well, I think normal rosters over the years, it's been such a grind. I mean, you got your 1 month off where you had a vacation, but it just seemed like you just had to play forever before you earned that time off.
Yeah, and you're right. It was not only a grind physically but mentally too. And there's always somebody next to you that wants to take you down and pass you as far as their game or their stats or just their presence in the company. And over the years, I've had several nemesis that I go in, and my number one goal is to win games, but I want to beat this guy more than I want to just win a game. So that's probably the hardest part of at least my career, speaking for me personally, was, I was always up against a Michelena or an Aristorza or, even at the end, a Goico. And, I mean, there's always been like a top dog that everybody wants to take down. And then there was other players that I consider peers, guys like Billy and Kent and people that remember them from Miami Alai that, they win, I win, they win, I win. It's pretty fairly even, but you still want to be the top player on the roster, and that calls for beating a Michelena or an Ara or a guy that's the top player on the roster.
And so, as you mentioned earlier, you look forward to having a lot of these guys back. You think they will want to come back, most of them?
Yeah, I think that is my main concern, is that these guys put their lives on hold for a couple of months to come out here, and I do think that they are enjoying it. A couple of guys have definitely made comments that they would love to come back, that they love being here, that they're enjoying it. It has its challenges. At this time of the year, it's the season here in Dania Beach, and rents are high, and rent-a-cars. These guys are they have rent-a-cars, they're in Airbnbs. That part is very difficult for them, and then obviously I have a budget that I can't break, so it's not like I could just say, don't worry, I'll rent you I'll put you up while you guys are here, or I'll pay you more. I mean, it's a balance that we're trying to figure it out, but I think that if we do figure it out, these guys would keep coming back forever and ever.
Well, we don't have enough time to get into the bobblehead discussion, which we will do on another time, but you did say you had a good story.
Yeah.
Before you get to that,
Yeah.
I just will ask you, what did you think when the bobblehead came out? Because it is so realistic, as far as I'm concerned, looking like you.
I mean,
Did you like it?
I don't say it because it's mine or me, but I think mine is the best. The not the best bobblehead, but the one that most resembles the player.
Most accurate.
The most accurate. The one, like other ones. Recall days, they put the signature big nose. He has a big nose. He knows it. He jokes about it all the time too. And so that one was kind of realistic. But Aristorzas and Daniels and Arriagas and Pedrozos. Arriaga and Pedrozos almost look exactly the same, like as far as the features of the face. So I think mine was the one that most resembled the player they were trying to depict.
I'll give my quick funny story. When I helped design the very first one.
Right.
And the reason they used the fat body was on Michelena was because that was the tradition of baseball bobbleheads.
Right.
It was a little boy with a chubby boy.
Right.
And when Michelena saw it, he was pissed.
Yeah. I heard the story. I said, I don't know if you told me or Stuart might have told me, but he told me that when Michelena opened up the box and looked at it, he says, "Who is this?" And that's you. He says, "This is not me." And so that's the famous line we always give to him. But I'll tell you my story real quick. So we did a couple of bobblehead giveaways. We did some in Miami where I would, come out, a meet and greet type thing. But we also did one specifically for the fans of Connecticut. And we flew up there. It was Stuart, myself, and my son. My son was like 10 or 11 years old at the time. No, he maybe was like 12 or 13. But we fly up. And it's February, and it's freezing. Like, it's not snowing, but it's freezing cold. And I'm like, I don't do good in the cold. But so we go to a couple of places. We go to a couple of small OTBs, and I say hi to the fans and I shake hands and I sign some bobbleheads, and then we go to this one big, I don't remember if it was a casino or what it was, and there was like 200 people standing out on the sidewalk, and the guy that was driving us around said, "Look, that line is for you," and I thought, "No, I can't be. Who would stand in the cold for that long?" And as soon as I got out of the car, it warms my heart. I got, like, they saw me and they started applauding, and the line really was for me. And then when I went inside, there was like another 50 or 60 people already inside waiting at the table. And my intention was to, shake hands, talk to people, get to know everybody. And like I told you, I just put my head down and signed boxes and signed and handed. But the important part of the story is that I really got an appreciation for how many fans we have in Connecticut and how many people really love Alai and follow it. Without a doubt, the warmest, appreciation for the bobblehead giveaway was in the state of Connecticut.
Well, that's going to do it for us today as far as the YouTube segments go. We hope you enjoyed what we had to say. We entertain ourselves for sure. But it's fun to kind of get everybody's input. And, if you ever have any questions for Benny during the week, maybe for me or for Dave Lamont, let them know, and we'll talk about some of the things. We know you want to hear information about the inside of the game, which we try to deliver. And I think we do a pretty good job of that.
Yeah. Thank you again. You guys, I can't thank you enough. I know I say thank you every time. Maybe some people are tired of me thanking them, but we really do appreciate the support, and I think that is the one piece of this whole project that we can't be without, is the support from the fans, the viewers, and the people out there betting. So good luck. I hope you win every single bet you place. That's how I feel. Place a bet and win it, and that's
absolutely
that'll make everybody happy.
I'll be back in a future day. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I definitely have fun talking with Benny every time, and we hope you people enjoyed it as well.
See you next week.
This is Game 8. It is a doubles match. Spectacular 7 scoring. Serving and wearing the red shirts of Post 1, Vicente and Uranga. Receiving in the blue shirts of Post 2, Lalu and Oyardi. Here's the serve. The game is on. Two bounces, point of the one. One serving, 2, 3. They were wide. It's Lebois and Doyenart. And that one's tipped at the side wall. Score it for the one team. One serving out of 4 in green. That's Echeverry and Argoitia. That carom is on the wood. It's a point of the one. Three straight for the one team, and they serve to post 5 wearing black, Aron and Zugait. Over the top from the back court. Comes Uranga. Sente looks for the high bounce. Doesn't get it though. And it's pulled down by Argoitia. Make that Zugait. There's a cortada toward the outside of the court. Bezente's there. And moving in. Excellent play, Zugait. Hooked Rabote falls just short. Point to 5. 5 serving to post 6 in the gold shirts, Chanika and Cabanillas. Excellent catch in the back corner by Zugait. Point 5. Post 5 serving down to post 7. They wear the brown shirts. It's Uresti and Danel. Hammered off the back wall. Bote goes back inside. Big bounce. And it's pulled down the back corner by Zugaitz. Going for the scoop in the front court was Aron, but he couldn't hang on. Point of 7. Wearing purple, post 8, here's Benetrix and Tukale. And that tips off to Sesta. 28. 8 serving post 2. Lalu and Oyardi points to double. First to 7 points will win this game. It's an excellent save there by Lalu. Oyardi with a strong throw. Center of the court, Tukale has it on the left side. That one jams Benetrix near the side wall. Tuga will get a double. Now 2 will serve to post 3. That's Lebois and Oyenar. That was tipped in the front court by Lebois, 1 of the 2. And the 2 with 4 points will serve to post 4, Echeverry and Argoitia, as they try to get on the board. And that one tipped by Oyardi. 4 with a pair. 4 will serve to 1. That is Vicente and Duranga. And that one sails wide. It's out of play. Point to the 4. Four serving to 6. That is Chanika and Cabanillas. Point 4. 4 team now with 6. Possible game point, Echeverry and Argoitia post 4. They'll serve to the 5 team. Aron and Zugait. Point and game to the 4 team, Echeverry and Argoitia. Two will finish second, 1 will take third. And your order finish here in game number 8 is 4, 2, and 1. Here come your prices. 2-4 Quinella in game number 8, $31.80. 4-2 Exacta, $68.40. And the 4-2-1 trifecta is $227 even. Game number 9, final game of the day, is up next. It is a spectacular 9 singles match. Game played to 9 points with points doubling after round 1, and post time is 6 minutes away. Game 9, final game of this afternoon's matinee.
left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would. I was caught up in a situation, could have gone real bad. Yeah, I did.
This is last call for the final game of the day. Last call. This is the 9th and final game of the matinee spectacular 7 singles match. Serving and wearing red in post 1, Cabanillas. Receiving in blue post 2, Tukale. Game 9 is on. First point of the 1. White shirt, post 3 is Benetrix. Point 3. Wearing the green shirt, post 4 is Zaron. Excellent carom there by Benetrix, point 3. 3 serving to post 5, wearing the black shirt. It is Chanika. And that's off the cesta, point 3. 3 now serving to post 6 in the gold shirt, Oyardi. Chick Jack not coming back. Point to the 6. 07 wearing brown. That is Vicente. It's an overserve. 1-7. And completing round 1 in purple, post 8, is Oyenard. Comes low off the back wall to score, point of the 7. And points are now double. Back in the court, post 2, Tukale. First 9 points wins this game. One to 7. Seven serving to 1. That is Cabanillas. Bote goes back to the inside of the court, and the catch made there by Cabanillas. Rebote by Vicente. Now here's Cabanillas. Looking for the Chula. Falls just short, though, and comes back out. Seven. 6 points now for Vicente, post 7. Does take 9 points to win this game, though. And back in the court, set to receive is post 4, Aaron. That gets away from him, sails into the cushion. Point 7. Eight points impossible. Game point now for Vicente. Post 7. He will serve to the 5, Chanika. And the Karam scores point game, post 7, Vicente, a perfect game. 3 finishing second. This is show point, final game of the day. 6-1. This will complete the game 9 trifecta and superfecta. Big bounce over the head of Cabanillas. It's point and show, post 6. Seven, 3, 6, and 1 is your order finish here in the 9th and final game. Winning game 9, post 7, Vicente with a perfect game, finishing second, post 3, Benetrix coming in third, post 6, Oyardi finishing fourth to 1, Cabanillas. Quinella 3-7 is 26-40, the 7-3 exacta 37-20, 7-3-6 trifecta 226 even, and the super 7-3 6-1 442 even. Daily doubles 4-7 $80.20. Pick 4 is a 6-5-4-7 combo, 3 out of 4 returning 206.60. Carryover jackpot now is $574.82 heading into Wednesday's matinee. Finally, the pick 3, 5, 4, 7, $1,266. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. That'll conclude the action here on a Sunday afternoon here at the casino at Dania Beach. We hope you'll stick around, enjoy the casino. Poker room is open upstairs. Also, food and drink available at the bars and concession stands, including the pizza joint upstairs where the food is outstanding. We hope you'll stick around, but if you are leaving, we hope you're back here for Highlight next Wednesday, beginning with the matinee. We have a doubleheader on Wednesday, beginning with a matinee at noon, or make that, 1 p.m. Evening performance is at 7 p.m. Of course, the casino, 24 hours a day, 27 days a week. We hope you'll make your plans to be here. If you do not stick around today, please come back tomorrow. We'll have more action on a Monday here at the casino at Dania Beach. Thanks for joining us once again, and we look forward to seeing you next week here at the best in professional Alai, Dania Alai.